Hello and welcome to another fabulous episode of FabLife. In tonight's episode, I'm going to talk about something super exciting that I've been binge watching all these weeks. And I feel like a kid again because I've been transported back into the retro 80s, hence the big hair, big shoulder pads. Yes, bring it on, bring it on. Oh, I love this horror fantasy flick because it's got a lot of music from my time. Oh my gosh, it takes me back. It takes me back to no end. In spite of all the monsters, in spite of Winona Ryder saying in every scene, she's like the anxiety-stricken mom, always looking for her child that's missing. And in every scene, you see her go, "Where's Will? Where is Will? Where is Will?" And that's, but I love it. I love it. It's suspenseful. Impactful. It's a thriller, and it's just a bag of chips and then some. And that's why I couldn't and I can't stop watching it. And sometimes I have to tell myself, okay, it's 5 o'clock in the morning. I think I need to go to sleep now. So that's how I watch. I just watch and watch and watch and watch, but I need to control myself for watching it. But anyhow, for those of you who don't know what Things is, Stranger Things is actually based on a conspiracy theory from Montauk, New York. Rumor has it, or word in the street has it, that they've been doing a lot of human experiment in Montauk, New York. Hopefully, it's not true, and it's just an urban myth. But they've been doing a lot. And in this horror movie, they took it to a whole another level. I mean, they put in, the real dimension, and then somebody's taken to another dimension, and every time that a person is taken to that other dimension, they suspect that person is already dead when they're really not. They're just transferred to another dimension. And hence the crazy mama, because they didn't believe her that her son was still alive, but he was just in another place. And of course, there was no other actress to pick from than Winona Ryder. Every time that I see her, she takes me back to the 80s. I just love Winona Ryder. Love her, love her. And let me read a little bit of what it's all about for those of you who are not familiar with it. Okay, so this is it. So, this thrilling Netflix original drama, let me read that to you again. That was so bad. Okay. This thrilling Netflix original drama, much better, stars Golden Globe winning actress Winona Ryder. And I loved her role in Beetlejuice. I think she was so red and fashionable in Beetlejuice. I know that I'm going off on a tangent here, but in Beetlejuice, I love the fact that I don't know if it was her mom or stepmom was jealous of her when the mom screamed, "You're the first member of the family that got into Vanity Fair." Oh, I just love that. I just love it. So anyhow, it stars the Golden Globe winning actress Winona Ryder as Joyce Briars, who lives in a small Indiana Town in 1983, my favorite year. Yeah, because that was the year of the second British invasion in music. I'm talking about the Culture Club, Eurythmics, David Bowie, Duran Duran. Oh my goodness, that was the year for me. That was the year of my my renaissance. Yes. So they lived in small Indiana town in 1983, inspired by a time when tales of science fiction captivated audiences. When Joy's 12-year-old son Will goes missing, she launches a terrifying investigation. I just love that, a terrifying investigation. Wow. Oh my goodness. Wow. I pause. Terrifying investigation. A terrifying investigation into his disappearance with local authorities. As they search for answers, they unravel a series of extraordinary mysteries involving secret government experiments, unnerving supernatural forces. There we go again with the evil forces, and a very unusual little girl named Eleven. Played especially by Millie Bobby Brown. Yes, Millie Bobby Brown spearheaded, and the other actors are Finn Wolfhard, Noah Schnapp, Gaten Matarazzo, and Caleb McLaughlin. Um, who else is there? David Harbour is phenomenal as the town sheriff. He's amazing, and I love Joey Keery and his big hair. He really embodied the 80s teenager, and Natalia Dyer, and also Dacre Montgomery. I didn't realize that he was from Australia, and Charlie Heaton, the angst-ridden teenager Charlie Heaton. It seems like he was always into that the brooding introspection. I love that. And who else was there? Sadie Sink. Who else was there? Oh, and Paul Reiser was there. I love the fact that Paul Reiser was there. Paul Reiser was in a sitcom with Helen Hunt back in the 80s and 90s, and I used to love watching that sitcom. So yeah, whenever I watch that episode, it just takes me back. It brings me back to the 80s. There's a lot of 80s reference, right down to the bubble gum that they chewed. I heard directly from the actors. Well, I actually didn't, interview the actors directly, but I saw it in an interview that they got candies. They got actual candies from the 80s. Everything that they were chewing was from the 80s, and all the bag of chips that they were eating was from the 80s, and their toys, everything, right down to the last detail. So you could say that the devil was in the detail. Yes. Super, super, super amazing. And I love the fact that each episode kept on evolving and evolving and evolving, and it's just getting better. I'm like, darn it, I've like, there are only a few shows out there that gets better and better, and I'm not gonna name them right now because I'm just talking about Stranger Things. But this one, it's like wow, and so when I watched an interview of the kids were playfully bantering with each other, they said that the second season is much better than the first season, and I'm like, get out of here. That can't possibly be. You can't top that. The first season was like mind blowing. It was super. How could you even top that? But then as I'm watching second season and I'm just 3 episodes away from finishing it, I'm like, you're right. You're right. It is much better than the first season. Just when you thought that it can't get better, it got better. And of course, Winona Ryder. Well, Winona Ryder in this episode, she's still the angst-ridden, worried mom. She kind of reminded me of my own mom because my mom, she's gone home to be with the Lord already, and she's already there. She's probably laughing at me right now, looking down from heaven. Um, so Winona is that angst-ridden mom, and she kind of reminded me of my mom's negativity back in the day, like, oh my gosh, like what's gonna happen to you? You're gonna get sick and all that, and in this episode, she's like yelling at the doctor, screaming at the doctor, saying, "You better get my son in a real hospital." Oh, I love that. Like only, only a real mom would say that, and I love how she delivered her lines. Yeah, she kind of reminded me of my Jewish aunt when she's like snapping at people like that. And don't get me wrong, because I love my Jewish aunt, my aunt Jackie. I love you. But that's the way she gets when she gets angry, just like my Nona. Oh my gosh. It's like her acting was so phenomenal that it didn't seem like she was acting anymore. Like you could really feel it, and it was like very raw. Very raw. You could feel her pain. You could feel her wound, and that's really phenomenal. If the audience can connect to each of the characters, yeah, you could. And I am so enamored with the main characters, and oh boy, you'll really hate the villains over here. The way they develop the villains is that they're just people that you just love to hate, and that's that's how they made it. I'm like, ooh, you see them because they make the main characters how they're being persecuted and put down. But I love the fact that the main characters are not a bunch of wimps. They actually, at the right moment, they kind of bounce back, and the villains get their comeuppance. They either the villains in this Stranger Things. It's what I noticed. It's either something bad happens to them, or right in the middle of the show they become good people. I'm like, oh, clutch the pearls. He's a good person now. So it's like all those bad things never happen. People change. Mhm. Anyhow, it's a super
It's a
super
movie.
amazing. No, it's not a movie. It's a TV
It's a
series.
TV series.
It's a TV series, and like what we say in Spanish,
People don't change.
and it's culebron. It's a snake. It's a long, long snake that goes on forever. So that's what I love. My director is saying, um, what did you say? People don't change, or
Yes.
people change?
People don't change.
People don't change.
It's
But
either in them or never
but
been
in,
in
in
them.
this in this movie, they did change. They changed for the
It's
camera.
that's why I said it's that's why
That's
I
why
said that's why I said it's a movie
it's a movie. It's a TV series.
because it's
Yes.
because people don't change.
Oh my gosh! There you go. People don't change.
It's either in them or not in them.
Oh my goodness. Anyhow, that's
I
another.
am not hacking your
That's
show.
that's another show for what do you call this? See, I'm even having a meltdown right now with words. That's another show for debate. Yeah, there you go. There you go for a healthy debate. Yes. So anyhow, I highly recommend this movie to you. And once again, Winona Ryder is so amazing in this movie. I think that um, there's been a lot of negative flack against Winona, and I'm not gonna zero in too much about it because she was kind of, you know, you guys, if you guys have been following Winona's career, you know what's been happening to her, and of course the paparazzi and the media, they just blew everything out of proportion and just painted a very, very bad and negative image of Winona. But now she's bounced back and she's won awards, and now she's, if you see this show, you could take her seriously as an actor. You know the way they call themselves in Hollywood. The ladies over there, they don't want to call themselves actresses anymore. They're serious actors. So there you go. So that was it. I can't stress it enough. Please watch Stranger Things on Netflix. And it ends in season 4, but I believe that there's another season coming up. No. I'm sorry. It ends in season 3. I'm sorry. Je suis désolé. I'm very sorry. So season 3 is where it ends, and then after that, we're going to have to wait for season 4 to come, and I believe that it takes place in Russia. Correct me if I'm wrong. But anyhow, that was it for my fantabulous review, the fantabulous extravaganza review of Stranger Things. And up next is another segment of Fab Life called The Enchanted Moment. Don't go away, I'll be right back. Promise. If you enjoyed this show, please subscribe on our YouTube channel and click like and share. And also, you can follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Thank you, and see you next week.
All right, let's do this 60 seconds or less. We're all in the same situation right now at the same time. But it's only the ones who's doing the work that's going to come out of this thing a whole lot better than what they were before this work. Now, what does that mean, do the work? That means whatever it takes to become physically and mentally stronger every day. You need to be going to bed tired physically and mentally. That's how you know you're doing the work. What do you need to do to work? I don't care. Takes. You know what? Do some push-ups. No, don't just do some push-ups. Do some push-ups with some correct form, going all the way down to the ground, not your elbows sticking out. Learn how to do that. I guarantee you learn how to do some push-ups and some squats with correct form. You'll be physically tired and stronger. Learn how to do that. Let's go. Get physically tired, baby. Let's go right now.
Social media shows network were initiated in 2017. Since then, our founder Maria Pereza never stopped developing a system on social media, in building a network of passionate people that loves to entertain, coach, help others, and deliver informative information to the public, informally, in a low-cost production. She built a platform that surpassed Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and other social media live streaming, but exceeded the function of a podcast. Her main goal is to be able to broadcast on social media like a traditional TV setup involving a group of broadcasters, YouTubers, podcasters, and social media live streamers. Maria is building the confidence of non-actors and non-famous people that joins her to network. We are here to promote and support one another, to help our community grow collectively without inhibitions but with confidence and high self-esteem. We love to be in this family together. Our door is open to help you build your brand, opening opportunities for others, and outreach to our community. We welcome you to the family of social media shows.
to give a shout out and welcome back to the second and final segment of FabLife. And I would like to give a shout out to all my televiewers that have tuned in. For those of you who have missed the first segment, I have shown my personal fabulous review of Winona Ryder and the Stranger Things, and hence I am dressed this way, very, very 80s with the big shoulder pads and the big, yeah. So, yeah, so to all of those that have tuned in, hello there, and thank you for watching my show, and please support my show by constantly watching it and clicking like and sharing my shows and on all social media platform. And I'd like to say hello to the fabulous designer Ronald Arnaldo. Hi Ronald, how's my fabulous friends doing? As fabulous as he is, I still remember working with Ronald, and all we did the entire afternoon is crack jokes and laugh the whole day. It was such a pleasurable experience working with you. Oh, and also looking at all these, very expensive European fashion magazines. I remember us just drooling over those European designers. It was like a dream seeing all their collection. But anyhow, I am now here in my enchanted moment, and this is the time that I do my rant. And what do I rant about today? I thought about something to rant about. A few nights ago, I had to pay my rent, and I wanted to pay it a day in advance. So I went to Czech City, did money order, and then when I was there, I love going to Czech City. They make life so convenient for me. But for some strange reason, the cashier over there was just a little bit rude. She was very, very rude, and she thought that I was going to shortchange her. And I was like, honey, did you see that I pulled out all that money from that wallet? And the only reason why I separated the money is that I couldn't count everything, on the little table. Hello. So that was just one of my little pet peeves. She was just a little bit rude and impatient, considering that there were no people around, and it was 10 o'clock at night, and it wasn't rush hour. I mean, I could totally understand, and it's not justifiable because it's really bad customer service for you to be rude to a customer. I actually am into customer service, and I try my utmost best not to be rude to anyone. So that is my rant right now about the customer service that I experienced in Czech City, and also that I haven't gotten my thing yet, my package, and that you guys said that I'm gonna receive it in 21 days instead of the past 21 days, and I haven't gotten it yet. So those are my two little rants, and I'm sure that I'm gonna have one again next week. Yeah, I'm gonna look for something to rant about. Or if I'm not gonna rant about anything, I'm gonna ask around if some people have something to rant about. I mean, there's something to rant about right now. People who are practicing, social distancing, and people who are not, people who are wearing masks and people who are not, and the conspiracy theory and this and that and this, and that's why I did a review on Stranger Things, because the story is based on conspiracy theory. So, well, there you have it, my fabulous people, for another amazing episode of Fab Life. And I will be back for another fabulous, spectacular episode on FabLife next week. I promise you that. And don't forget, your most important fashion accessory is your self confidence. Chowder! If you enjoyed this show, please subscribe on our YouTube channel and click like and share. And also, you can follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Thank you, and see you next week.